Gobble gobble, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you're taking flight and hope you're enjoying it. And if you want to take flight confidently and competently, you know the only place to learn from experienced drone pilots is here at Drone U. I want to talk about some news that has come up and some news that's already been discussed, but not to the depth that we need to discuss it. Let's just talk about number one, the new Avata 3, or should I say the Avata 360, which it goes to show how fast DJI can innovate because Insta360 just announced their anti-gravity A1 drone just a little while ago, scheduled for launch here in January. So DJI says, hold my beer, and here's an Avata 360, or an Avata drone, cinewhoop, with 360 cameras mounted on the top and the bottom of the drone. While a lot of people have been arguing about how useful this drone might actually be, I want to bring up something that no one's talked about. Why would a drone like that be so valuable for mapping or construction? Well, think about this. A lot of lifelike 3D modeling is now used or now produced with Gaussian splatting. 360 cameras are one of the best possible cameras to use with Gaussian splatting and because of how different it is from traditional photogrammetry. Now, that being said, imagine things like construction software Cupix, the software that actually produces real AI interpretive tracking of progress and monitoring of progress. They use 360 cameras inside and drone photos on the outside, mixing or really creating interactive models of 360s on the inside, paired with BIM and VDC data, then with drone data on the outside. Now, this allows the AI to actually give real-time status reports for every single contractor in different, locations of the construction site as a whole. Oftentimes, these 360 cameras are walked around, sometimes they're even put on people's head. What if you could actually fly these construction sites with a 360 camera? It would make things a lot more efficient, and lifelike modeling would become even easier. So as we see more and more product releases from DJI up until the ban, the real news for this week hasn't been reported anywhere, but we'll get to that in a minute. In our next piece of news, many of you have seen the leaked DJI Osmo Pocket 4 supposedly offering 4K 120 footage on two separate cameras. This pocket gimbal, as we already know with the Osmo Pocket 3, is an extremely valuable piece of equipment, and in all honesty, something that I'm probably going to take very seriously in picking one up. Multicam shots, car commercials, moving shots, having gimbal cameras like that and multicams could be extremely useful. Now here's the real news of the week that no one's talking about, and maybe it's just because they don't have the relationships. But here in DC, there's something brewing with the DJI ban. And what am I talking about? The DJI ban might not happen, okay? Now I know there's some contrary news as reported by other people in the industry that the FCC just gave itself authority to retroactively ban products from any company that's on the covered list. Some people have said, oh, there's lots of ifs and coulds and woulds. Respectfully, my friend, as someone born in the United States and someone who grew up in DC, I don't think you understand how ego drives everything in DC. That being said, I wouldn't surprise me one bit if the FCC did try to retroactively ban all DJI products. Wouldn't be surprised one bit. Think about it. In today's day and age, all you have to do is ask ChatGPT to write a product list of everything DJI, throw it into a spreadsheet, and boom, banned. Here's the real news. I don't think the DJI ban is going to happen. I even reached out to President Trump himself to even ask because I think a lot of companies would be destroyed. I even think America is not ready yet. You want to buy a Skydio? Well, it'll be ready next summer. You want to buy a FreeFly Astro? Same deal. Inspired Flight? Much sooner. But there's very few options, and the supply chain is not there yet. If they retroactively ban our drones and even ban new drones, it's going to take us years. And some people say, oh, wait, Paul, no, there's government contracts that people will get to speed up domestic manufacturing. Well, as someone who just bid on one of these contracts, most of them only go to disabled veteran businesses that own 51% of said business. Now, while I love supporting veterans, there's no way we can compete on a global scale when most of the innovation in drones was outside of the military for decades. This isn't like the military just invented everything. I mean, think about it. The military is asking for private help because they haven't been able to do it yet. So why would we limit ourselves with government contracting and not use a merit-based system? In this existing environment, there's no way we can reach our goals of being battle ready by 2027. It's just not going to happen. Which brings me to the point, I think Trump knows this. And more importantly, what's going to happen with the DJI ban? Here's what I've been told, believe it or not. The ban's not going to happen. At the very last minute, Trump is literally going to stop the DJI ban, impose a 155% tariff on DJI while still subsidizing American and domestic manufacturing. This seems a little bit more capitalistic to me and a little bit better. But here's a more important question that I don't think anyone is asking either, and it goes to show that you can get better opinions elsewhere. Why wouldn't DJI produce a drone that just negates all the security issues? Why wouldn't they just build a drone that does not need internet activation? Why wouldn't they just build a drone that doesn't connect to Wi-Fi for firmware updates? Why wouldn't they just build a drone that doesn't have a 4G or cellular dongle in it? By eliminating the conduit, they could prove that they're serious about building aircraft that don't spy on Americans or whatever Americans are flying. Let's be honest, if you look at the new proof of the DJI hack, it's dozens of pages long. And for everyone who's been saying, I don't see any proof of the DJI hack, well, 51 drones, maybe you should go to 49 drones because your 2 cents have been taken away. That's right, this list is extensive and it showcases exactly how a lot of your data was stolen. I was even shadow banned on Reddit because people were posting photos from the hack dump, literally on GitHub, people who were flying naked, like literally. Anyway, I didn't post that photo, but I got banned for bringing up the entire post as a whole. I'm gonna link down below the extensive list of hacks that have gone on because gaslighting people in this industry is not working or helping us get closer to stopping a ban for flying the drones that we all love. Look, DJI is light years ahead of everyone else. It's true, but it's also possible that other people are coming up in this industry. And the American supply chain will catch up. It's just not gonna happen nearly as fast as what people say. All that to be said, it's really interesting because who's leading the charge in all this? It's Senator Tim Scott down in Florida. Senator Tim Scott down in Florida, please do your research. You're probably like every other congressman, congresswoman, senator, senate ma'am that I've run into that really doesn't do their own research. I recommend that you do because in all honesty, while I agree with you, there's security issues. Aren't we supposed to be the smart tech savvy nation of the world? Aren't we supposed to come up with smart solutions to complex problems? Why don't we do that instead of just banning them all? I think that's a smarter way to go about it. But Florida doubles down on their idiocracy by now taking confiscated drones and using them as target practice for the military. Rules for thee, but not for me, because if I want to shoot a drone out of the sky, that's a violation of 18 U.S.C. 32. But hey, we're going to take your drone and we can shoot them out of the sky and it's fine. These double standards are going to catch up some point, sometime, and it's not going to be good for any of us, in all honesty. But here's some news that we can all get behind. Black Friday deals. If you're thinking about picking up an Osmo Pocket 3, it's 34% off right now on Amazon. The DJI Avata 2, if the ban does go through, you might want to pick up a backup and you can get one 15% off. The RS3 Mini Gimbal is even 20% off. Or you can pick up the DJI Mic Minis for only 66 bucks. More importantly, you can get the best training built from experience where you get the right information the right way the first time. Here at Drone U, our library is only expanded and we're offering more and more in-person drone trainings than we've ever offered before. If you want to take advantage of our Black Friday deals on top of all these drones, maybe you want to fly lower and closer and crush the competition. You can only do that if you learn from someone who's actually done it. See, here at Drone U, I practice in one of the most difficult settings you could practice in. I've got a decade of experience flying between people and boats at high speed. It's a level of skill that breeds the ability to teach people systematic operational habits that reduce liability and increase proficiency. If you want to learn to fly above and beyond the competition, you want to do so confidently, and you want to learn how to sell yourself, then take advantage of the Black Friday deals here at Drone U. You won't be disappointed, and as many of you know, the best investment that you can make is in yourself.